I know a lot of you have stopped saying that you believe in love or that you're hopeless romantics. I am a hopeless romantic and I'm not ashamed of that. I mean, I also fell for the trap of like love is not cool, or as Troye Sivan used to say in one of his songs, I don't keep love around. I think it was when I was 17, and that's like understandable. There's a lot of toxicity out there, and yeah, you don't want to look as if you are not strong. But let me give you this guarantee. It can happen. It can happen to you, like the right person, the right love. But you just have to never lose the faith. And the mistake that a lot of us do, I see it with people around me, especially girls. I mean, I'm a girl, so I can talk mostly about girls' experiences. Is thinking that because of one or two or three bad experiences, you have to become bad. You have to become like this woman, like this man eater, or you have to become like a. Mm-hmm, because yeah, it's not the truth at all. I always was true to myself when it came to that aspect of my life. So love and relationship. And I don't know about you guys, but I didn't have many. And I'm in my mid 20s. I just really, really was sure of what I wanted. And it was a bit like too ambitious for this society and my generation. But I was sure of that. So, I tried, what I did try to improve was never depending on validation, never depending on these things that most girls fall for. And, you know, if you can depend on your own when it comes to attention, I mean, or like feelings, for instance, if you don't love yourself, other people will notice that, right? So if you're a very insecure person, and not just with the aesthetics, but also with the character, you always discredit yourself and think you're not good enough, you're not worth, you're not like you're not like other people. Other people, especially those you are interested in, will notice that. So the key is not really, you know, just waiting for the person, because that also doesn't work. Just waiting and hoping, I think, honestly does not work. I did wait. I did wait, mind you. I waited a long time before I had, encountered the right person. Some people encounter it earlier, some others later in life. But the key is more into do something while you're waiting, right? Because you cannot wait blindly, especially if you have been with a partner and, you know, you meet at the wrong time. You can either wait for them to change or to become better or to become mature, or you can just focus on your life. And I know it sounds cliche because I'm trying to help my sister with this, and I keep saying focus on your life, focus on your life. But I don't mean you have to like pretend to focus on your life and just like scroll or go clubbing. I mean focus on building your life, and at the same time every day just express what you would like to yourself, to God, to, whatever your beliefs are. And sooner or later the person will arrive, you will cross paths with this person, and some bigger forces than, you know than us, uh, than society, will make you meet, will make you interact, and it is incredible. But at the same time, a lot of people struggle still to believe in this, and there's multiple ways you can see that this is true. Some people call it law of attraction, other people just call it faith, others call it coincidence, circumstances, and that's fine. But the concept is the same. Like, this happens only when you are truly not focused on waiting and focus on the person and focus on what else is not going right in your life on that aspect, in that area. But when you wait plus improve yourself, focus on yourself, build your life, that's a mistake. I see most people not even able to discern this information. They just stop at the focus on yourself. Focusing on yourself can mean a lot of things. As I said, a lot of younger girls, or girls that repeat the same pattern through life, just they basically, in order to forget someone, they go with someone else, or they go clubbing, or they need that validation and personality or ego boost. And As a woman, I understand why you do that, but I am telling you it is not the right long-term solution, because the things are two. And I heard this advice from my father. Uh, Either you have fun completely and you're like, the bad girl, or you're not. But then there's no in between. Of course, there is in between, but there shouldn't. Not because there shouldn't, but because for you, it's not good to stay in between. Because I see it with my sister, for example. And I'll take you this case study. So my sister is a person that is opposite of me. We love each other, but we are really the opposites. And she works this way. If a guy doesn't give her attention, she will turn to someone else, and that's fine. But if that other person doesn't also give attention, then she's completely lost, and everything is affected by this lack of attention, lack of validation, such as her self-esteem and even health. And I'm there just like, what are you doing? Like, in the past, she was even able to just have fun and not think about consequences or not think about what that fun really means. It should be fun, that's all. But now, as she grows, I see that she's starting to, feel something. And I'm just like, do you want a relationship or not? Because if you really want to answer yes, then there's not much to do, because having fun is just going to cover up some in between symptoms, but is not going in the direction where you actually want to be, that is being in a relationship. And also on the other side, you have people like me that just wait, and in that waiting you can sometimes be sad, I know, but you can also just be sure that you're gonna meet either the right person or no one at all, and it's fine, right? You're training that you would rather be alone, rather instead of being with someone who is not who you are looking for. And every time some girls feel, I notice at least that a lot of girls feel so weirded by the fact that you can't really have the person that you idolize. I think you can, of course, with a grain of, realism. And I'm one of those girls, because I was dreaming the impossible and it happened. And I was a bit sad, but also I was really trying to put all my energy out. That's the thing. To simplify it for you, in whichever situation you are, you have a lot of energy. Maybe it's sad, maybe it's angry energy, maybe it's just positive energy. For me, it was like a mix of sad and positive, because the dating wasn't going for me. With people in my life, I tried to date and I was like, no, it's not going. Like, they just want one thing or they just don't align. And I slipped a bit into the motivation. I call it the motivation trap, thinking like, oh God, does love even exist? Am I even find a person? But yeah, you can have those thoughts, but just move on. It shouldn't become a permanent state of mind to think your person doesn't exist out there, first of all, and second of all, that it's always gonna look the same. You're never gonna find someone. Love isn't for you. Love doesn't exist. Like, come on, guys. You're 8 billions. And yes, you can be sad. Yes, you can be angry. But choose where you want to stay. Do you want to have fun and like enjoy your youth? Enjoy your whatever age you have. I've noticed there's also a trend now, and older women are going with younger guys. Totally fine. Like, do whatever. But just choose where you want to be. Because if you stay in the middle and you wait that things happen for you, there's a big chance that they won't. And that's because you're not taking life in your own hands. So my advice is really just choose where you want to be. Are you someone who in this moment wants to have fun? And if you're struggling with quitting that, then all it takes is just strong willpower. If you see my channel, I'm not a person who likes labels. So sorry, I don't mean to offend anyone, but I don't believe in these like ADHD, bipolar. I think you just have to take it in your hands, truly, because I could have said I was depressed when I was sad for a long time, and I just decided to transition that mindset, and it was not easy. Of course, nobody said it was going to be easy, but the price that you have to pay is worth for what is going to come afterwards. And I knew that, as sort of like, I didn't know I would meet my person, but deep inside I was like, I'm doing this for a bigger purpose, and if I don't find the person, at least I still improve for myself. And I think it's beautiful because you're just more resilient and just more wise in life, especially when it comes to a big, very big flaw. I'm calling it flaw of us women is that of really needing that attention. It's biological, so it's okay, but also it can really be draining. I don't know how these, like my sister is one of these girls and I'm trying to help her. She just constantly has to seek it, and if it's not there, her worth is not the same. um, yeah, you have to be clear on what you want, and then you will spot immediately the intentions of people. And if you want to have fun and you're not looking for anything, then you at least you're conscious of that, you're aware, and you're not playing games with yourself in the first place. While if you feel like now I would like to find a real man that respects me, well then you have to shift, because a man that respects you is not going to be the same of the man that is actually looking at you externally just for the fun. Uh, I don't know. It's not that hard to understand and to see. Look around you. And especially if you're dependent on validation on social media, like my sister is, those are not the men that you want to be in a relationship with. So it's fine, again, if you want to have fun, but don't be disappointed afterwards if they don't give you what you really truly want, because you are not acting as if you want that. You're acting as if you're fine with that validation and just the fun. So just think more of what you want and who you interact with, so that then you can, you know, expect a bit the outcome and just see where you're going with these people, with the situation. Because everyone seems to be loving to talk about these situationships. I don't understand why you want to be even into that. It leads nowhere, and if it leads somewhere, I don't know what that is, and that's fine, but don't call it a situationship. It's more so people like drama, and I don't know. Eventually, even people who like drama, I think, will transition into I want peace, I want someone good, or just someone good for me. I don't believe on the long-term drama is the ultimate goal. I think with social media, everyone is getting and has gotten confused that drama is something, normal, but you can live a good life and just meet your person unexpectedly. Like that scene in the movies where you see like the girl and the guy just crossing their path in that casual, unforeseen way. Well, that is real. That is so real. I always heard the sentence, life cannot be like in the movies, like that kind of love is just for the movies. And I think, of course, some loves are exaggerated, especially we're in a different society and modernity is a bit different from these, romance in the past. But I'm a hopeless romantic, and I can tell you that those movies, I felt as if I was really in a movie when it happened to me, because I was open to that scene happening to me. I was reacting and I was acting as if this can happen to me, and I wasn't sure it was gonna happen, but already, being prepared opens you doors. And if you just focus on what you don't have, like with anything else in life, and you say, good guys never text me, or like, why does no one provide for me? I don't know, whatever it may be for you. I think you're going to attract exactly the opposite, because you're not setting the scene for that to happen to you. You're allowing toxicity into your life. Toxic men, toxic women, I don't know. Just be really aware before you complain if you're the one actually causing that to happen to you. Because, and I end with another example from my sister. These three men she's talking to actually now abandon her attention-wise. They are out of her life. And it was, first of all, very brief interactions, always based on aesthetics, and very disrespectful, in my opinion, because she was seeking attention and giving accessibility very, very fast. But then, what do you expect if someone is in a relationship and is texting to you? You're not going to replace the person that person is in a relationship with. Yes, maybe you get that ego boost from the aesthetic point of view, but also, come on, you wouldn't even want to be with someone who's cheating on their wife or their partner. So you're lying to yourself and you're creating that situation to yourself, especially just by answering. Even on social media, if you reply to someone that is openly stating, I don't want to be the man that like provides, or I don't want to be the man that has a wife, I want to be free forever, that's fine. But don't interact with him in a way that you expect him to be your man. Expect him to be your fun, if anything. You know, I hope I was clear in my points, because I go around the topic a lot. I try to bring a lot of insight, but it could be that I got lost, or I lost you guys. But yeah, I hope some of the empaths or thinkers in this little society I'm trying to build are a bit like me. If you're like my sister and you need help, then just share it, because I would love to help people that are the opposite of me, because it is so nice that I can like give this insight and just remind you that nothing really matters and the person is not even the person you're looking for, because I know infatuation goes real deep. So yeah,